if they've already been getting state funds and probably federal funds, the funding I don't think is the question. I think the question needs answering is why the subpar graduation rate? Are they accepting students that are not qualified to go to college? Are they not educating these students uh, to graduate? I mean, gee, Matt, I think that the whole premise of the question is wrong, don't you?
Yeah, I mean I can see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
for a little background, Indiana has a new governor, Mike Braun. He used to be a senator, fairly conservative senator, and he's releasing his new budget. We do our budget on 2-year cycles, and he cut 2.5 million, so 5 million over the next 2 years to this. I never even heard of this college. It's called Martin University in Indianapolis. And so this state rep who's in Indianapolis, hey, he's just trying to be a good representative, fighting for money for his constituents. I get it. But I don't think it's appropriate to attack the governor as racist, to bring up segregation because he's cutting funding to this university. So I looked it up. So their total budget is less than $7 million a year. So this money is essentially a full ride for every student, and there's only 200 students that go to the school. And despite that, they have a graduation rate of 33%.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah, and I guess what I will say too is that what Governor Braun is doing in our state is refocusing the budget. He's actually increasing some of the education funding so we can have universal school choice, which
Mhm.
benefits actually all students, but particularly I think lower income students who could be white, but also could be Black, Hispanic. I think actually that school choice will be more beneficial because there's certainly, you can go to college as later in life, and this university appears to kind of focus on like 25, 26, a little slightly older students relatively.
Mhm.
Um, but really, if you get a really good start early, you're going to have more opportunities later. And so my personal opinion as a taxpayer of Indiana, I mean, I think one, it's inappropriate to attack the governor as racist for cutting funding to an underperforming college. I'd rather direct the money to like a better performing college that helps racial minority, helps different students.
Right.
Second of all, he's saying, well, the dreams of these students will be killed now. Well, the dreams, if they're being killed, is because that 2 and 3 students that go to this college don't graduate within, I think it's 6 years is typically how graduation rates are calculated. It's not Mike Braun's fault that this college is low performing. And maybe the college is low performing because they take on more difficult students, because they don't have a lot of money, possibly, but it's not really Mike Braun's fault. And in fact, I
Mhm.
looked it up, and as of a couple of years ago, they actually weren't really receiving that much government money anyways. So it's not like for 60 years they've been really successful with this taxpayer money, and now the rug's being pulled out from underneath them. And so I just think it's an unfair attack. And maybe the rep should be going over to the college and saying, if we're giving you millions of dollars, why are you not graduating students on time? Maybe that's actually where he should direct his anger.
Okay.